Greetings from Aetolia, IMO Cloudrift. Cloudrift is a music action game that came out on the 30th of October and is by friendlyOctopus. Okay, so here you are inside of Cloudrift. Now this game is a little bit difficult to review. Firstly, I've put in about 40 minutes into this game. And that is mainly because I don't really think you need a whole lot more time to be able to review something like this. Now the idea of this entire game is essentially just not to fall. So you are this ball here, as you can see, and the music affects the way these waves occur, and you've basically got to not go inside of the holes which are, for example, there, and there's one down here somewhere. And you'll see them a bit more frequently, probably in the footage that I'll put over the top of some of this commentary, and drawing other bits like that hole there. Now you gain high scores from doing clever things like that, which is called a loophole, which is where you sort of circle around the hole, which is a little more difficult. You also do have a jump. Now the jump is a little bit difficult to get used to, and it took a lot of getting used to for me, and I still don't quite have it, because it kind of has so much force behind it that you sort of have to be a little bit gentle, and it's a bit difficult to figure out how gentle or how strong to actually be. It does seem that, by the way, you can basically jump forever, as you can see. You could stay in the air for basically ever. However, there is like a border around the outside of this thing, so if you can't just keep on jumping out here forever, because eventually you'll hit a wall and then it'll say, you know, you're dead. So you gain high score by rolling over things. You might have seen by now it says like one red, one yellow, one blue. Yes, red, green, and blue is the actual colours. And that's essentially the entire game, is you basically got just to survive. Now, there are items that come down, and there are multipliers like no jumping, loophole, and a few others. I think, like round trip and things, where you go around the entire thing. Oh, okay. Let's try not to go to that. You get a few items like these here, which basically happen when you roll onto them, which is an enlargement. And on my best run so far, when I got about 69,000, I was huge, because I kind of continually made myself bigger. There's also our debuffs, like that there, that little sort of minus symbol, will actually make me smaller, so I'm not going to go into that. And this is essentially the game. It's quite fun, and as you can probably hear, the soundtrack is also quite good. It's sort of, I want to say electro, but it's probably the wrong word for it, because it kind of goes into a few little genres, but it's very, I don't know, very stylized, and definitely suits an indie game, and it definitely suits this particular game. And personally speaking, I think I wanted to play more of this game because of the soundtrack, and occasionally they sort of, I don't want to call it necessarily random generation, because it probably isn't, it's probably based upon the music, but sometimes the levels do kind of, you know, screw you over a little bit. However, I don't really mind too much, because I don't really care too much about my high score. I just want to play on some of these cool levels, and later on it does get very cool, and I fall off because I wasn't paying attention. That's what you get from commentating over the course of the entire thing. As a note, by the way, there also are high scores amongst all the Cloudrift players. That's the reason why it says top there, calculating galactic high score. I gather that's what it's doing. I have no idea whether or not it actually is, but it seems to be that there is a local high score, which is basically yourself, and then there are a few computer high scores in there, sort of like an arcade machine. And then it seems as if everyone else has been online whilst playing this game has set a nice score for themselves. So I think I got to like 6 or 7. See, next high score is 39, which is that guy there, and so on and so forth. I gather that's what it is. It might not be, but God knows. So, this right here is Cloudrift. It does have multiplayer, and I believe it's local. Actually, let's jump off here. Let's see if there's multiplayer is actually online actually as well. Multiplayer is only local, which isn't the best situation on PC, because let's face it, who actually wants to play a local co-op game? It's very much better if it would have had an online version. So there's only one thing really left to do, and that is to maybe show you the soundtrack a little bit more. So I'm going to shut up for about 20 seconds or so you can actually listen to some of the better soundtracks, and I'll probably put a clip from a previous bit of footage on now for the soundtrack. So I'll shut up for now. So yeah, soundtrack is pretty good. I should say, by the way, that I've been using a controller during my entire time here. I don't know how easy this will be with a keyboard and mouse. In fact, can I actually freely try that now? Yes, I could. Let's freely try that now, actually. I've not played at all with that, because as you probably can see, having a ball on the screen is probably not the best situation to do with a keyboard and mouse. I think it's pretty playable, though. It's a little more fiddly. But yeah, I'd say this is playable. Nope. Bloody hell. It's playable if you're not commentating over the course of the game. So provided you're not commentating, I'd say it's okay. But you probably want a controller for this. So that is Cloudrift. That's me have my final say on the game. Cloudrift is a fairly enjoyable music puzzle type game. It is on Steam for £7, $10 or €10, and it currently has 10% off for the launch. I will catch you next time. Goodbye.